Hey guys, it's Wallace. We're here with Here's the Storm, and today's video is about the 10,000 gold heroes for new players. Which of these should you look to purchase if you're new to the game, or maybe you've only been playing for a little while and you need to purchase a lot of these heroes? These are the most expensive heroes in the game. Which of these are fun, kind of easy to learn, quick to pick up, and are good purchases for new players? I've already done videos previously, and you can check them out on my channel for the 2K and 4K heroes, so sort of the cheapest heroes, and then the 7K heroes. So this is the last in that series. So yeah, we'll just get started and run through them, and I'll give you my recommendations. Abathur is a very interesting hero. He's a little bit of a complex hero compared to many others. You play a completely different game with him. He really can't fight. You basically hang back and use your different skills. I would not recommend him for new players. You can see here he's listed as very hard, and I think that's pretty accurate. He's a lot of fun to play. Definitely try him out when he's free to play for specific weeks, but don't go out of your way to pick him up early on in the game. Alexstrasza is a pretty good healer, sorry to go back. Abathur would be a no for me. Alexstrasza is a pretty good healer. I would say that she's a yes. She can transform into a dragon. She has some pretty good heroics. Pretty easy to learn, not too difficult to play. So if you're looking for a good healer. Same with Ana. Ana is a more challenging healer. You really have to be able to skill shot with these healing darts. Try this out. If you can do it and you can hit people pretty well with skill shots, or you play a lot of skill shot type heroes. Ana is one of the best healers in the game. I'm not particularly great with her. I'm not the best skill shot type player, but if you can make it work, definitely look to pick her up. Otherwise, if you're like me and you don't really love playing her, especially try any of these folks out during the free to play weeks that they have, and see if you like them before you buy them. But I wouldn't jump on Ana. Alexstrasza is easier to play. Ariel similarly is not the most challenging to play. I just don't particularly care for Ariel's skill set and kit, so I would avoid her, and she would be a no for me. Blaze, I would say, is yes. Blaze is pretty easy to learn. He's all about sort of setting things on fire and charging in and charging out of battles. Pretty easy, so yes for Blaze. Cassia, yes. Cassia is one of the best assassins in the game. She has a lot of ability. Her ultimate here, or heroic, the ball lightning, is one of the best in the game, in my opinion. And so, pretty easy to learn, a lot of fun to play, has a lot of ability to team fight. Cho'Gall, which is actually two different heroes that you have to play with someone else, is really more for fun than anything. He can be really powerful, but unless you're playing with someone, so if you maybe have a friend that you guys play all the time, you're in voice chat, you could be successful at Cho'Gall, but I would, in general, avoid Cho'Gall. Chromie, I would say yes. Chromie is a little bit difficult to master. It's all about timing her skills, but she's a lot of fun to play. She can do a lot of damage, and I think she really can help with your timing in the game. And she has, as you go up in terms of her talents, she has the ability to very quickly escape, and that's at her bye-bye at level 11. You can see it reduces her Hearthstone cast time by 75%, so she has a really great escape. Deckard, I would say no. Unfortunately, Deckard is one of the worst healers in the game right now. He doesn't have a lot of use, and so I would just skip him for the moment until they maybe buff him. Diaka is not the hardest to learn, not the easiest to play, sort of a middle ground. If you like the play style, I would say, maybe I'd say this Daka is probably a maybe for me. Really depends on how you like to play. You have to do a lot of global stuff where you're jumping around the map using his abilities. So your choice on this one, but wouldn't be the first one I would jump to personally. Phoenix, yes. Phoenix does a ton of damage. Usually I can output the most damage on my team for both siege and hero damage when I play as Phoenix. It doesn't have any mana to worry about, has two great heroics, has a shield that regenerates pretty quickly, so if you can get used to Phoenix, really a great hero. It used to be even more overpowered. Garrosh, I'd say yes, Garrosh is very, very, very tanky because of his trait. So he gains armor as he loses health. So the more health that's gone, the higher his armor is, the harder it is to kill him. So he's really hard to really pin down. Can have a lot of fun throwing people and stunning people. So yes, I'd say Garrosh is an easy yes. Genji, I would say no. People seem to jump on Genji and want to play him, but unless you're really skilled, you need to understand that Genji is hard to master and hard to do enough damage with. He's not, he's very similar in some ways to his Overwatch, the game counterpart, where a lot of just small damage and comboing and things like that. I wouldn't recommend him for a new player. He's very challenging. And the same with Hanzo. Hanzo is difficult to master, difficult to do a lot with. Has a great ultimate with at level 20 with the play the game ability. Can literally jump across the map, and that makes it a lot of fun. But I would not recommend him in general for new players. Imperius, maybe if you really are looking for a warrior. Not the worst hero, not the best hero either, but can definitely take a lot of damage, can do a lot, can stun folks. Not a bad pick, but probably wouldn't be my first choice either. Junkrat, I would say no. Not hard to learn. So in terms of that, Junkrat's probably easy to learn how to play, but very difficult to master. And so, definitely try him out and see, but he, again, wouldn't be my first choice in terms of picking up a 10k hero. Kel'Thuzad is all about timing, but is a pretty fun mage. If you're somebody who likes to play like Jaina or Kalthas, definitely look to pick up Kel'Thuzad. He's the same type of hero, all about chaining and frost novaing and utilizing his ultimate. So it can be a lot of fun, but is unless you're really good at that sort of nuking style of play, you may want to avoid him. But I'd say most new players seem to be pretty good at like Jaina and that type of hero, and Kel'Thuzad is in the same vein. The Lost Vikings, I would say no. They are very complicated. You have to micro all of them. So in general, I would avoid them. Lucio, yes. Lucio is, in my opinion, one of the easiest healers in the game and one of the most successful healers in the game. He's a healer that you can do well with, even without a lot of skill. So definitely look to pick him up. Maeve, I would say, yeah, Maeve is a little bit hard, a little bit of a weird style of play, but I actually think she's pretty on par with like Cassia in terms of that ability to just sort of take people out and jump into fights and do a lot of damage. So a pretty successful hero. Mel Gannis, I would say, yeah, Mel Gannis is a pretty easy warrior to learn how to play, and definitely somebody you can pick up pretty quickly. Malthael, I would say, yeah, he's all about kind of soloing and soul ripping, and with the right combinations of talents, and then using last rites, you can basically kill anybody one-on-one with Malthael. If you aren't somebody that's great one-on-one, maybe you want to avoid him, but you need to get better at that if you're not. So really kind of a no-brainer pick for sure. I would avoid this guy here. He's a little bit of a weirdo in terms of his skill set. It's all about portaling and using Force of Will to make your folks invulnerable, and then attacking with Arcane Rift. He's not very hard in my opinion. I put him in the hard category. And if you're kind of like a weird specialist, a good pickup, but very, very challenging to sort of master. Mephisto, I would say yes. He's like a classic assassin. He's pretty good. He is easy to pick up and learn. Orphea, I would say yes. Same sort of thing. She does a ton of damage. Very, very powerful. Very easy to learn and quick to pick up. So those two are easy choices. As we go down here, Probius, I would say yes. A very weird style of play. It's all about kind of building pylons, more like StarCraft if you've ever played that, but still pretty powerful. You just have to get used to not being able to do a ton of damage yourself. It's all relying on your skills to do damage, but I don't think Probius is as hard as it's made out to be. Samaru, I would say yes. A little bit of micro if you're taking image transmission, which I think is the preferred thing right now, or I'm sorry, Illusion Master, as opposed to Blade Storm, which used to be kind of the always chosen one. But I would say Samaru is an easy yes to pick up. Stukov, yes, easy, fun healer to play, has a lot of versatility. Tracer, I would say yes, a great assassin, all about sort of jumping in, jumping out, using your E to get, to snap back to where you were before. If you can play Tracer in Overwatch, you probably can play Tracer in Heroes of the Storm. Valera, I would say no. She's a little bit harder to master. It's all about combos and stealth and whatnot. Fun to play for sure if you're really if you like that sort of stealth game like Nova and some of the other heroes. Look to pick up Valera, but I wouldn't jump to grab her if you're if you have other heroes that you need. Varian, I would say yes. Varian is, in my opinion, probably the most versatile guy in the game. You can choose from 3 different heroics. It really adapts so that you can use him in almost any playstyle. Great for quick match. A lot of power, a lot of kills you can rack up with him, a lot of damage you can output. He is a great choice. White Mane, I'd say yes. White Mane is a weird support as well, but once you kind of figure her out and how her mana works and keeping your mana up, she's basically unstoppable. So a pretty good choice. That brings us to Zul. Zul, yes, I would pick him up. He's a classic specialist. He can push lanes. They're going to change his designation, I think, to ranged assassin in one of these updates coming up. But he essentially has a great ability to push with his skeletons, and I've really one of my most played heroes in the game. Yarel is for sure an easy pickup. This is a classic warrior who can just sit there and tank all day and never die. And if you like that style of play of just being able to sit in a battle or sit in your sacred ground and just knock people around, easy pickup for sure. Zeratul, I would say no. Zeratul is challenging to play, not currently the best in terms of assassins. So there are better assassin choices out there. And I think that's it. Oh, Zul'jin. I would say no to him. He's medium. He's not hard to play. He's just, I think, not who I would pick if I was a beginner. He's not the most intuitive style of play. But if you can master his skill set and his Tazingo, especially, then he could be worth the pickup, but he wouldn't be, again, the first assassin I'd jump to. So sort of to run back through the ones that I'd look to pick up early on if you're a new player. Alexstrasza for sure. Blaze is a good pickup. Cassia. Chromie's a good pickup. Phoenix for sure. Garrosh is a good warrior. Kel'Thuzad, Lucio is a healer. Any of these folks here are good. Mestifa, Orphea are both good assassins. Probius is a cool specialist. Samaru is a good assassin. Stukov's a good healer. Tracer's a good assassin. I'd pick up Varian as a multi-class pretty quickly. White Mane is a great healer. Zul's a great specialist at the moment. Uriel is a great warrior. So those are the folks that I would look to pick up first if you're a new player and looking to grab somebody at that 10k gold level. If you like this, please like, comment, subscribe, and I look forward to hearing your comments, and we'll see you next time.